Now, as you know, there is a Venezuela now is topic on the South America. It's a very hot topic, and there are some developments going on. But we want to again take a broad picture of Venezuela and the developments in Venezuela, and we will again consider the most possible scenarios for future of Venezuela. Now, Maduro is still in the leadership, and Guaido is recognized some South American nations and America and some European states as the interim president for Venezuela. Maduro is supported by Russia, China, and Turkey mostly. Now, in Venezuela, what's going on? Let me give you one simple example. A parliamentary, I would say, salary is around $6.2, and the state, the Venezuelan state, is providing a package per day to Venezuelans for diet, and they are already providing $400 million per month in order to feed their people. And they are covering almost, I would say, 85 to 90% of the people in Venezuela. This already demonstrates how the economy and the situation is in Venezuela. Now, what might happen, and what is Venezuela trying to do in order to break this embargo or sanctions? Now, they went at first to Russia and tried to use their businessmen in order to take their oil and sell to other countries or companies. And also they asked Turkey and their investors to come to Venezuela in order to get some gold. And in return, they would like to take some dollars back in order to do their businesses and survive. Now, as far as we see, that doesn't work. Russia is supporting Venezuela with some medical materials, aid, and also some food, including some coming from China. Venezuela is very scared, or Maduro is very scared with the direct military intervention of US. That's why they close most of the bridges or the gates, even for humanitarian reasons from neighboring countries such as Brazil, Colombia, and others. And they have put the S-300 missile defense systems, especially along the border of Brazil. So what's going on with the government and the policymakers or decision makers within the Venezuela? Now we are hearing and reading that there are some military officials, including some police officials, have an idea how to overcome these economic and political struggles. They are considering that maybe a military intervention might be, but with their own means, might be adequate in order to take Maduro out. And meanwhile, the military will run the country for 1 to 2 years, and then it might be passed to civil administration like Guaido, and then the elections will take place, and we will see who is going to take place in the present office. But for these reasons, the officials of military and also the police force and security forces demand kind of they don't want to be charged with some humanitarian crimes against those people. Now we hear that United States has given these kind of, I would say, privilege to these generals. That they will not be charged with any crimes if any change in the leadership will take place. But we are believing that this will also will be increased. The work for that by United States will be increased, will be pushed. So we do not still believe that the Maduro will be out of the office within 2019. However, we believe that the US will increase its pressure day by day, time by time. That will put the people against him. But because of the history and because of the South American people, that is a little bit hard to do, because those peoples are not the guilty ones, but they are now starving due to the embargo. So how this conflict will be then come into fruitful peace in time, this is a question mark. Even though Guaido might be in the office, how the relation between the Venezuelans and the global actors will be established, and trust will be established in long term is really a question mark. Because at the moment the people in Venezuela are starving, and this is a very, very, very big question, big concern to most people. We will closely monitor the developments in Venezuela. We are expecting some kind of conflicts, and starting by the fourth quarter and 2020 first quarter, where the security force might apply some hard stance against those protesters due to the economic reasons especially. We will closely monitor for you all the developments, and we will report to you once there is a major change in the policy within the Venezuela. Keep with us.